Imagine spending years perfecting your craft as an illustrator. Your unique style is your signature. It's how clients recognize your work. It's what your fans love. Then one day, someone types a few words into an AI tool and creates something that looks remarkably like your art in seconds. That's not a hypothetical scenario. That's happening right now to artists worldwide. But here's where it gets interesting. What if that same technology could eliminate the tedious parts of your workflow, spark new creative directions you'd never considered, and help you produce work at a level you couldn't achieve alone? Today, we're exploring both sides of this double-edged sword, and by the end, you'll have a clearer picture of how to navigate this rapidly evolving landscape. What if I told you that the tool that could make your job obsolete is the same one that could catapult your career to new heights? Welcome to the paradox of AI tools in 2025. Let's start by acknowledging the very real concerns. AI tools are disrupting creative industries in unprecedented ways. Think of AI like a powerful river that's changing the creative landscape. Some jobs are being washed away entirely, while others are being transformed into something new. In 2023, a major stock photography website reported a 40% drop in purchases of standard product images after introducing AI-generated alternatives. Real photographers who specialized in this area saw their incomes plummet almost overnight. It's like what happened to lamplighters when electric streetlights were introduced, or to switchboard operators when automated phone systems came along. Technology has always displaced certain jobs while creating others, but AI is doing this at an unprecedented scale and speed. Now imagine you're a musician who spent decades developing your unique sound. Then an AI tool trained on your work starts producing songs that sound eerily similar to yours, without your permission or compensation. This isn't science fiction, it's happening now. Several prominent musicians discovered their styles had been used to train AI models without their consent. One composer found an AI-generated piece that mimicked his orchestral style so closely that even colleagues couldn't tell the difference. Perhaps most concerning is how AI is changing the perceived value of creative work. When anyone can generate decent-looking artwork or writing with a prompt, clients start questioning why they should pay premium rates for human creativity. A graphic designer with 20 years of experience recently shared how a client offered him less than half his usual rate because we can get something similar with AI for much cheaper. The client didn't understand that the designer's value wasn't just in the final image but in the strategic thinking, understanding of brand identity, and creative problem-solving that went into it. It's like comparing a gourmet meal prepared by a chef to microwavable food. They both satisfy hunger, but they're fundamentally different experiences with different values. But here's where things get interesting. The story isn't as simple as AI is coming for your creative job. There's another perspective worth considering. Think of AI not as your replacement, but as your creative amplifier, a tool that can handle the routine aspects of your work while freeing you to focus on what makes you uniquely human. Greg Rutkowski, a fantasy illustrator whose name became one of the most popular prompts in early text-to-image AI systems, initially felt his work was being stolen. However, some artist like Lioba Bruckner has embraced AI as a creative partner, incorporating it into her concept exploration phase, while preserving her distinctive artistic style in the final works. Her productivity increased dramatically as she uses AI for initial concepts before refining them with traditional techniques, openly sharing this hybrid process on YouTube to educate other artists. It's like the difference between driving a car versus walking. The car doesn't replace your ability to move. It amplifies it, letting you go further and faster than you could on foot. The World Economic Forum's research shows something fascinating. While AI is automating certain creative tasks, it's simultaneously increasing demand for higher-level creative thinking and direction. Consider the explosion of content needs across digital platforms. Companies now need 10x more visual and written content than they did just 5 years ago. AI can help meet this demand, but it still needs human guidance to ensure quality, relevance, and brand alignment. It's like what happened with photography. When cameras became accessible to everyone, professional photographers didn't disappear. They evolved. Instead of simply documenting reality, they focused on artistic vision, composition, timing, and storytelling. The technical barrier lowered, but the creative ceiling remained. So what does this mean for your creative career? It means we need to fundamentally rethink where value comes from in creative work. In the pre-AI era, technical skill was often the barrier to entry in creative fields. You had to master the tools before you could bring your vision to life. But AI is democratizing technical execution. The new scarcity, and therefore the new value, comes from uniquely human creative vision. Think of it like cooking. AI can follow recipes perfectly, but it can't invent a dish that resonates with cultural meaning, personal nostalgia, or emotional depth. That requires human experience and insight. Some creative abilities remain stubbornly resistant to AI replication. Original conceptual thinking, coming up with truly novel ideas that connect disparate concepts. Cultural context and sensitivity, understanding nuanced social meanings and implications. Emotional intelligence, creating work that genuinely moves people. Authentic personal perspective, bringing your unique lived experience to your work. Strategic creative direction, knowing which creative choices serve larger goals. It's like the difference between a GPS system and an experienced local guide. The GPS can efficiently get you from point A to point B, but only the guide can tell you the hidden stories of the place, recommend experiences based on your personal interests, and adapt to unexpected situations with wisdom and judgment. So, how do you position yourself to thrive in this new landscape? Let me share some practical strategies based on what's working for successful creative professionals right now. Instead of seeing yourself as simply an executor of creative tasks, position yourself as a creative director who uses AI as one tool in your arsenal. Jason Allen, who controversially won a fine art competition with an AI-assisted piece in 2022, didn't just type a prompt and submit the result. He spent weeks refining his prompts, selecting from hundreds of outputs, and making deliberate artistic choices throughout the process. He was directing the AI rather than being replaced by it. It's like the difference between a conductor and a musician. The musician plays one instrument, but the conductor shapes the entire performance, making critical decisions about interpretation, emphasis, and emotion. The most effective creative professionals are developing workflows that leverage both AI and human strengths. Karen X. Cheng, a creative director and viral content creator, uses AI to rapidly prototype concepts, but relies on her human judgment to select which ideas to develop further. She then collaborates with human photographers and designers for final execution, using AI as just one tool in her creative process. Think of it like modern architecture. Architects use computer modeling to test structural integrity and visualize spaces, but the creative vision, the understanding of human needs, and the aesthetic sensibility still come from the architect's mind. One area where AI consistently falls short is in creating authentic human connection. This represents a massive opportunity. Casey Neistat, one of YouTube's most successful creators in the early days, maintains his audience not through technical perfection, but through authentic storytelling and genuine emotional connection. His sometimes rough-around-the-edges style actually enhances rather than detracts from his appeal, because it feels real. It's like the difference between a form letter and a handwritten note from a friend. The form letter might be technically perfect, but the handwritten note carries emotional weight that no algorithm can replicate. Let's address the elephant in the room. How do you protect your creative work in the age of AI? The legal landscape around AI and copyright is still evolving. The US Copyright Office has maintained that purely AI-generated content cannot be copyrighted, but human-directed works using AI assistance can still qualify for protection. This creates a spectrum of protection based on the level of human creative input. A simple prompt resulting in an AI image likely won't qualify for copyright, but a sophisticated process involving significant human direction, selection, and modification likely will. While the legal landscape continues to evolve, here are practical steps you can take now. Document your creative process. Keep records of your ideation, direction provided to AI tools, and your creative decisions throughout. Build your distinctive style. Focus on developing aspects of your work that are uniquely yours and difficult for others to replicate with simple prompts. Understand the terms of service. Know what rights you're granting when using various AI platforms. Focus on client relationships. Build connections based on trust, understanding, and collaborative problem-solving that go beyond what AI can offer. Think of it like building a house on solid ground versus shifting sand. By establishing clear documentation, distinctive style, and strong relationships, you create a foundation that can withstand technological disruption. Before we wrap up, let's zoom out and consider a deeper question. What does it mean to be a creative professional in an age when machines can create? Throughout history, technology has continually changed what it means to be an artist. The camera transformed painting. Digital tools revolutionized design. Each time, artists feared obsolescence, yet each time, new forms of creativity emerged. When photography became widespread in the 19th century, painters didn't disappear. They evolved. Instead of focusing on realistic representation, they explored Impressionism, Expressionism, Cubism, and countless other movements that went beyond what cameras could capture. AI represents the next evolution in this journey. It's not eliminating creativity. It's changing what aspects of creativity we value most. Think of creativity as a vast ocean. AI can now navigate the surface waters that once required human effort. The technical execution, the following of established patterns. But the depths, the profound human insights, the cultural resonance, the emotional authenticity remain largely beyond its reach. Ask yourself, what waters are you swimming in? Are you skimming the surface that AI can now navigate? Or are you diving into the depths that remain uniquely human territory? So, are AI tools a danger to your job? The honest answer is, it depends. If your creative value comes primarily from technical execution of standard tasks, yes, disruption is coming, and it's coming fast. But if you're willing to evolve, to embrace AI as a collaborator rather than a competitor, to focus on the uniquely human aspects of creativity, and to position yourself as a creative director rather than just an executor, then AI represents not an ending but a beginning. Think of it like the introduction of power tools to carpentry. Hand tools didn't disappear. They became specialized instruments for fine work. Power tools didn't eliminate carpenters. They allowed them to work more efficiently and take on more ambitious projects. The most successful modern woodworkers use both, knowing exactly when each is appropriate. The future belongs not to the AI tools themselves, but to the creative professionals who learn to wield them with intention, wisdom, and human heart. If you found this perspective helpful, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments how AI is affecting your creative work. Are you seeing it as a threat, an opportunity, or both? I'd love to hear your experiences.